Happy Easter, everybody, and welcome to our special Easter comic book video or comic book presentation. On today is the comic from the Comic 2 pack of Mainframe, or I'm going to call him Mainframe, but he's actually Data Frame in this era. The 25th anniversary, he calls him Data Frame, but of course I remember him as Mainframe, and Beachhead. And this one is number 11. The Dark Beneath the Silence. So let's go ahead and take a look at what this is about. Of course, you got the introduction of what the G.I. Joe versus Cobra is. And these are the stories, or the never before revealed details about major stories from the annals of G.I. Joe. And in this issue, in the dark, stinking sewers beneath the silent castle, Beachhead and Data Frame encounters rats, bugs, and other vermin, namely Cobra Bat troopers, as they attempt to sabotage Cobra's central computer. Above ground, Baroness and Serana face one frustration after another as they attempt to stop the intruders. And of course, it's got the Baroness, the Bat with his face, looks like his face exploding, and Beachhead carrying Mainframe, aka Data Frame. And then right here is where you got the the book starts, and it says deep under the Cobra's silent castle. And of course you've got Beachhead and Data Frame going into one of the tunnels underneath the castle. And then we flip in where Beachhead and Data Frame are talking about their mission, doing the setup and putting on their infrared lights because of the darkness. Outside, you got Flint and Roadblock guarding the tunnel, giving Data Frame and Beachhead cover and whatnot. And then right here, you see the outside of Cobra's Silent Castle, which originally was Destro's Silent Castle. And here inside, you see Serana and the Baroness working together, pushing a cart with boxes on it. And they're talking to each other. And at this time, they don't know Beachhead and Data Frame are inside the castle. And then we go in to see, oh Lord, do we choose tunnel number 1, 2, or 3? And Data Frame's looking to his computer system and find out it's the middle tunnel. And they start crawling through it. And then we got a advertisement for G.I. Joe figures and figures, at least from the Cobra side. With the Trouble Bubble with the Televipers. You got Serpentor's air chariot and his tanks with his drivers and gunners. And then we switch here with going back to Serana and the Baroness dropping stuff down in the sewers underneath the castle, dropping bug bombs. Which we find out that's what these boxes are, bug bombs. And inside we go back into the tunnel with Beachhead and Data Frame. And we find out Data Frame don't like bugs. And we go in to back to Roadblock and Flint outside. Wonder what the hell's going on with Beachhead and Data Frame. I'm sorry about that. The trash truck is outside, so sorry for the background noise. The trash truck has arrived. But here you also see back into the castle. We got the Baroness and Serana talking about what's going on, dropping about to drop bats down into the sewer line, where Beachhead and Data Frame are still crawling through the tunnel, trying to make way through it. And here goes the Bat going down in there, get ready to go down the sewer with the remote in Baroness's hand. Back into the sewer duct, where they're coming out of the tunnel and coming through. And bats are coming down the tunnel one by one, or at least the first one. And the Baroness is controlling it through the remote, watching the visuals. Serana's looking on like, what the world? And here's where, that's where the picture in the front comes from. And I'm flipping back to it. Where we see that picture of the Bat. And that green stuff is actually the bug bomb. To really confuse the visual aid that the Baroness had from the remote. And she realizes she lost all contact in this panel. So Beachhead goes to try to shoot it. Mainframe's like, let's do it the old-fashioned way. And Beachhead complies. And this is where you see Beachhead goes, it just jams the rifle right into the butt of the rifle right into the back of the head of the bat. And Baroness is like, oh no, I lost all signal. Serena's like, see, there's nothing a grenade can't handle. As she drops her grenade down there. Then we got a Star Wars advertisement on this page with the Millennial Falcon and whatnot, which is cool. And then where we see the bomb going right into the bats, hitting the bat and going right into his old, to the wound in the back. As Beachhead and Data Frame are going up the tunnel. As, of course, Serena and the Baroness is like, why ain't the bomb going off? So Baroness decides to send other bats down there and vacate the area so Beachhead and Data Frame can go through. Which the Baroness and Serena are still not aware that. Well, they're aware that Beachhead and Data Frame are there, but they don't know it's Beachhead and Data Frame. So the bats are going down there to try to seek and destroy anybody that's down there. Because the Baroness and Serena still think that they're in the tunnel. And they're going through, as you can see. And Serena and the Baroness are trying to decide what to do as they send one of the bats up the tunnel to find Beachhead and Data Frame. And they're in the computer room. And then here they are going through the computer room. And try to get into the computer as Data Frame short circuits his hands. Burns his hands. So that leaves Beachhead having to do it. And finally we get to see Beachhead's face. And whatnot. And he's having to take over and don't know how to. He's not really a computer guy. But he's learning. With Data Frame's having to talk him through it. And then right here the toolbox is going down and knocking the bat out. And destroying the bats and all this other stuff. And Serena and the Baroness are figuring out what's going on. Or trying to. And here they apparently get into the system and whatnot. And Baroness and Serena are running down the hallway. And that's when the grenade finally goes off. That landed in the bat. And apparently there goes that tunnel. And then we got another advertisement for the DVD battle packs. And this one is of the first one of the Mass Device with Snake Eyes with a version of Timber, Stalker, the Baroness and her wetsuit, and a Cobra Trooper. And which is a pretty cool box set. I actually had that box set and reviewed these figures. And so here we are with the Baroness and Serena going down the hallway, going down the corridor of the Silent Castle, going down through. And Serena's taking her little gunshots. And Mainframe and Beachhead, or Data Frame and Beachhead, are actually found their little tunnel to go through and decide to go down in it. And Beachhead is carrying Data Frame due to his hand injuries. And then he does decide to go ahead and attack the bats, as you can see. Serena and Baroness is trying to figure out what's going on down there without having to go down there. Now this time, after the original explosion right here, we see Data Frame having to carry Beachhead out, and there's bats in front and bats behind. So they wind up getting through, and Roadblock and Flint are like, oh no, that's not good, there's an explosion. And out through the smoke comes Data Frame and Beachhead. And they come out after a successful mission. And then, in the end of it, you see Destro and Cobra Commander in the computer room. And Cobra Commander's mad. Oh no, I like it to see spam commercials for Joe Cola. And that's how we end the comic book, with the advertisement for the G.I. Joe side, with the Shark, Sky Striker, the Armadillo, the Vamp, and the Stalker on his jetpack. And that's how we end this comic. And I hope you all enjoyed this comic. It is The Dark Beneath the Silence. So if you pick this, I would say get this set up. But it comes not only with this comic book, but also comes with a Beachhead and Data Frame figure. So definitely go ahead and get them as well with the purchase. So see you in the next one. And by the way, this is the only way. This we're getting this 2-pack is the only way you can get a data frame figure. So I mean, you get Beachhead in multiple different variations, but this is how you can get a Beachhead figure. One way to get a Beachhead figure, but this is the only way you get a data frame. So if you want to collect every G.I. Joe figure, I would say get this 2-pack for data frame. So that is it for this week, and that is it for the comic book review. I will see you with the rest of them here today. So have a good one.